Okay. Buenos dias. Turn this off real quick. I gotta get new glasses, man. Actually, no, I don't. I'm gonna wear these until the lens fall off, okay? Cause that's how I roll over here. That's how I roll, man. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I woke up. Hey, let me close the door. Real quick. Okay, first off, forgive the sniffling, but I'm catching a little bit of a cold right now. We are in the middle of September, and it's cold again, and I'm happy it's cold again. The bugs go away. I sweat less. It's great, but one of the negatives is catching colds, man. But look though. So earlier this morning, one of the cons of working an early morning job is that when you're off work, it is now a habit. It is now a habit. I am used to waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes, if you're hungry and you want to go out and get some food, that can be a problem, right? So it's like woke up earlier at like 3 a.m. and then an hour later it's 4, and I just finished doing like 30 burpees this morning, and so I'm hungry, right? I said, let me see. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out and get some Crown fried chicken, right? I walk a couple minutes, walk a few blocks down to go get some Crown fried chicken. Prior hand, I'm looking on my phone. I'm like, let me check and see if they're open. Check their website. It says they're open until like 6. And so I'm looking at that as I'm walking, and it's about an hour beforehand. So it's like 5 something. I'm like, okay, it's like a 30 minute walk. I can make it. Get some fried chicken and some biscuits. I'm like, I could do that. And I start walking. I'm making my way down to, you feel me? I'm making my way down, and I get there. It's closed. I said, okay. They're closed. Okay. I said, okay. There's a White Castle I passed by. I seen a bunch of cars going in the drive-thru. I'm gonna go get some White Castle. I haven't gone to get White Castle in a long while. Like my dad, he used to get us White Castle pretty often when we were kids, and I just haven't eaten White Castle in a while. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get White Castle. There's a lot of places that are closed. I'm walking down blocks and there's just stores. Everything's closed. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm not surprised. But it's New York, so I'm still expecting something to be open, right? And so I'm going to White Castle. I'm like, okay, let me go back to White Castle. I walk down there. There's no more cars. There's some cars left in the parking lot. I see some people eating White Castle in their cars. I say, okay, let me go inside and let me go get some White Castle. I walk inside. They closed. I said, oh my goodness. I said, okay. Because keep in mind, I looked at their website beforehand, to see that specific White Castle. I go to their information site, and it says they're open 24 hours. 24 hours. They're open 24/7. And they're telling me they're closed. I said, okay. Okay, they're closed. Okay. There's a McDonald's farther down. I didn't want to go all the way down there. McDonald's wasn't in my head, but I was like, I want something quick. I want to eat something. I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'm walking down to McDonald's, making my way there. I see the lights are on. I see there's cars in the parking lot. I said, okay, maybe people got their food already. I'm walking in. They're closed. I said, oh, okay, okay, everything's closed. Everything's closed. This is supposed to be the city that never sleeps, but everything's sleep. That's crazy. So I seen a gas station across the street. I said, okay, let me go to the gas station. I said, let me go to the gas station and get something, man. Something, please. I'm thinking they must have hot dogs or like hamburgers, something hot that they put on the. I walk in there, the hot dog spot is closed. Anything that has to do with hot meals, closed, shut down. All they have is just chips and cereal and candy. So I grab some chips, I grab some cereal, I grab some candy, and that was it. And I had some tuna. I got some tuna, 2 cans of tuna that I'm gonna eat later. Why did I grab tuna? I don't know. I wanted some protein. I grabbed tuna. So moral of the story is the city that never sleeps is cap. That's cap. That's cap. They're sleep. They're sleep. I walk past so many stores and everything's closed. I'm like, dang. I'm like, oh man. Whatever. Anyways. Anyways. I got my water. Delicious. And I got some tea because I have a cold. What is this? Honey ginger tea. And let's see what we can find on Twitter. I like scrolling through Twitter and just looking at art. I like doing that on any platform I'm on, to be honest. Like, yeah. I just made a new Instagram account, and one of my favorite things about going through Instagram is looking at art. I mean, I get it's a positive and there's negatives. I'm sure artists on here, if you're watching, you know what the negatives of being on Instagram could be. Like envying other people's work, looking at their work and thinking your work isn't good enough. I think it's important uh to just be the best with what you got. That's what I learned about um becoming a webcomic artist, making web comics. It's what I learned about, you know, looking at big artists on YouTube like what's his name? I was about to say Aiden Ross. What was his name? Ross Draws, an amazing digital artist. You look at people's work like that, and you look at your work, and you think, how can I ever measure up? And the Lord wants us to be content in all things. God teaches us that you know being content, being happy with what you have and where you're at, is a beautiful thing. Not to say that you shouldn't strive to be something, to be better in life, but don't look at people's work and think that you're not good enough. I think you can look at the work that you have today, and there's so much that you can do with it. Even if you draw stick figures, there's so much that can be explored from that. Like those animations that are on social media of those stick figure fights. That's amazing. That's incredible. You know, what's that artist's name that had a webcomic called One Punch Man? I'm sure everyone knows that one. Mob Psycho 100. That guy's drawings were arguably mediocre, but he made the most out of it, and the people that supported his work really genuinely enjoyed his stuff, and that's how he got so big. He wasn't. If you look at the drawings that he had, in his webcomic, he wasn't drawing anything special, but you can tell he was passionate about what he was doing. There was effort in the story. There was even with the drawings he did, he put effort into those drawings. He did sequences of fight scenes that just look like, just on paper, just looking at it, you can understand what's happening. Even though the drawings weren't that great, arguably, he still put effort in paneling. you know he wasn't lazy. He didn't shy away from multiple panels, like throwing a punch, you know, or movement. You know, it wasn't just a panel here, he's running at the person, then the next panel, he's punching someone. No, there was a sequence to it. You get what I mean? And it's something that I struggle with too. It's something, you know, sometimes you're lazy and you don't want to, you know, put that much effort into a certain part of an episode or a chapter that you're putting out. And so it ends up being a lot of cuts, you know. And even now on my webcomic, there's things that I do that are considered shortcuts. But yeah, you know, because I'm thinking I want to move the story along. I want to keep it pushing. I don't want people to get bored and leave. But there are artists out there, you know, that put effort into every moment of their stories, you know, every moment of an art piece that they work on. It's effort. It's effort, it's consistency. It's not just the artwork looking amazing, you know, catching your eye. You know, these people, you can truly, you can tell that they truly love what they do, and they're mastering some part of that field that they're in. You know, and I can really appreciate that as someone that just draws cartoons, grew up drawing Sonic the Hedgehog, or drawing cows, or grew up drawing SpongeBob, simple characters like these. You know, and I would be a little kid looking at these people that were so amazing. You know, I remember when I was in middle school, there was this guy who used to draw Sonic the Hedgehog so cool, bro. Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Knuckles, he could draw all those characters. And I would beg him every day, show me again, show me again. Could you show me how to draw this? Hey, could you do it for me one more time? I wanted to draw Sonic exactly how he drew it. And I would always ask him to the point where he was just getting annoyed, you know. But later along the line, when I did learn to draw it similar to how he drew it, I ended up going my own way because drawing Sonic like that wasn't enough for me. I had my own style. I developed my own style, my own way of drawing it. And that's a lot of people. A lot of people, including myself, are guilty of forcing themselves to draw in a way that they're not, that isn't them, you know? That isn't me, that isn't you, you know? So I'm rambling, but what am I saying? I encourage you to develop what you got. Develop what you got. You're sitting there thinking your art isn't good enough. I disagree. I think you can make something beautiful out of what you have right now. I don't think you have to go on Instagram and look at these artists and be like, "Oh, let me draw like that." No, I think you can take what you've learned, what you've seen, and anything you like, add it to the art that you have now. And you know, it's just drawing over and over and over and over and over again until you start to develop a style, something that you like. That's what happened to me. That's what's still happening to me, you know? I'm still learning. I'm still doing that. I'm done rambling. I'm just saying stuff at this point. But uh man, you know what? I'm gonna make the Twitter art the next video. I'm gonna cut it up because I'm looking now. It's like 14 minutes long. Thank you guys for watching this video. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess this video is just gonna be me rambling about art styles and stuff. I'll thumbnail it that way or something. But if you guys picked anything up from this video, you know, an amateur like me, I'm just now starting to realize the power in the art style that I have now, what I can do, you know, being a Christian man, being a believer in Jesus Christ. You know, I've explained a couple times on this channel that I want to use my stories to glorify God, to represent the Bible. I want the foundation of my stories to be in Christ. I want you guys to read my stories and just be interested even a little bit in going to read the gospel and going to read the Bible. You know, um, what am I even saying with that? I don't know, but my point is, I'm using what I have to tell these stories. I'm using what I've gathered growing up, aspiring to be an artist, and I'm just going with it. I'm going with it. I'm not sitting here wasting time struggling. Oh, I wish I can draw like this. I wish I can draw like that. Oh, he does it so perfect. Oh man, he draws his eyes like this. I can't even get the pupils right to look like that. No, use what you got. Use what you got. You think your artwork isn't good enough. It is. It is. I'm telling you, man, you just gotta just keep drawing, use what you have, and just make something out of it instead of trying to having this desire to want to pull to having envy of other people's work. And that's never a healthy way to do things. And people who are on Instagram, people who see Twitter art, you know what I mean. You know that feeling you get in here as an artist, seeing work that you think is beautiful and thinking your art will never match up to that. Don't let that stuff phase you, man. Don't let that stuff get you down. Well, that's the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, guys, I just posted a new image for my webcomic on my Patreon, and man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to put this story out. I'm halfway done with chapter 1. I haven't even told you guys the title yet. The title card is on my Patreon. If you'd be so kind, please support the Patreon. If you don't want to support the Patreon, support me on Cash App. Send me a penny, $1. Anything is fine. If you don't want to support the Cash App, that's okay. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel right here. You can subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's free. Subscribing is free, man. Liking the video is free. Commenting is free. I urge you to please support me on YouTube. I post, right now I'm posting once a week on YouTube, and I guess this is the video for the week. And maybe I'll put the Twitter reaction stuff in a bit, or maybe I'll do that for the next video. Yeah, man, being on YouTube, just doing this, just making videos is so much fun, man. It's so much fun. I'm working on the webcomic. God is good, man. God is good. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, subscribe to my Instagram. Subscribe to my Instagram. I just made a new Instagram account. Subscribe to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I just made one as this video's out. My Instagram, I made it right now. And give me a follow on Instagram, man. Let's get to like, I don't know, 100 subscribers. Let's get to 100 subscribers on Instagram. Thank you guys. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for tuning in.